Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Rory with Roar Sports Media, and I have my NFC co-host Jordan Wig, and we're gonna talk NFC Week 4 recap, the dumpster fires, the teams that are hot, the so-so Cardinals, and those lowly Cowboys. And I think that's going to be our lead block. Jordan, you are a Cowboys faithful guy.
Yes, I am.
Oh, bro, what happened? Take us
Well,
through that.
simply enough, when you can't stop a team led by Baker Mayfield from scoring 49 points, it doesn't matter what Dak Prescott does. 38 points a game wins most football games. If your defense can show up for 2 quarters, they showed up for 1 quarter, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They showed up for half of the first, half of the fourth, and both at the beginning. That was it. I think it's showing you how much injuries on the defense are really playing. We're supposed to have this great defensive line. I think it's a little overhyped right now. I think Aldon Smith was a good acquisition, but you missed OBJ, open field tackle, 50-yard touchdown. You needed to make that play. OBJ made a good play. OBJ's OBJ. It's just plain and simple. We're missing key secondary pieces. Your linebackers are Joe Thomas and Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith is trying to be the hero, in my opinion, and he just doesn't have that skill level. He just needs to play good, solid football, and he'll be a way better linebacker like he was 2 years ago.
Yep.
Really defense.
Yeah. So with that, I think we were talking about earlier, the loss of Leighton Vander Esch is amazing. It shows you how good he is. I actually like Jalen Smith more than Leighton Vander Esch, but those two complement each other so well. They help each other in the stuff in the run and reading defense. Jalen doesn't feel like he has to be the hero as long as Leighton's next to him. And then Sean Lee is that great. He's like a pinch hitter that helps out whenever he needs to, but you don't really rely on him anymore because of his age and his injury history. But yeah, dude. So if they would have listened to our talk about how the Cowboys beat the Browns, they're like, you know what? We hear you. We're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna have Dak wing the fucking ball, and two fumbles, man. Myles Garrett, two fumbles, dude. Make them respect the run. You have Dak. Dak. You have Dak. Dak's decent. Dak's a good quarterback.
Dak can run.
When you make your quarterback throw it that many times a game, you become predictable. The last part of the game, dude, got picked again at the end of a game. You get predictable. And it's just like it wouldn't have been that high scoring game. Guess what? If you run the clock out with the run, you have Zeke. You have a decent offensive line. Good. And you know what? It keeps the Browns off balance when you're able to run the ball. They can't just send Myles Garrett every single time. They can't just rush the passer every time. They have to respect the run. Basically, the Cowboys did the exact opposite of what we advised here on the Roar to do. You know what? We're not really well known, but we know what the hell we're talking about. God dang it, Cowboys. The Browns, you shouldn't have went down there and beat you guys. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have. Clearly you had the talent to play from behind and almost come back, but you shouldn't have been behind. You're in Jerry world. You have Zeke. He's healthy. You have Dak. He's healthy. You have Amari. You have Gallup. You have CD. You got a Schultz who showed the hell out too. I like Schultz too. I have him on my fantasy.
Schultz these last 2 weeks has been great. He's been a nice surprise. It's it might be even a better tight end than Jarwin would have been. Jarwin has the chance for a bigger play. Schultz is more technical. I think he's a better technician than Jarwin is. Jarwin, though, is going to get you breakout tackle and go score a long, deep run. He's a fast tight end, but Schultz is really good, man.
Can Jarwin block?
Jarwin, man, see, that's also the other thing. Some
Schultz
tight
can
ends,
block.
Schultz can block. Schultz can catch. Schultz, to me, is more like Jason Witten
He's more complete.
than Jarwin is.
Mhm.
And Jason Witten, for whatever, everybody we talked about, that dude is an Iron Man. That dude was a great Dallas Cowboy. He will be one of the great Dallas Cowboys we'll talk about from decades from now. That is how you play the tight end position, is how Jason Witten played. That is
touchdown.
pedigree. Touchdown.
Touchdown this week. TD this
2
week.
yard touchdown. He's 5 yards.
That's what he does.
Actually, I heard he got -6 and he still scored a touchdown. So,
YOLO.
I mean,
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. Yeah, dude. You guys showed you guys have an explosive offense passing, but where the hell's the run game, dude? Zeke had what? 50 yards, 54 yards, 70. What was it? The stat wasn't crazy.
It was like I think it was like 67 yards. 67. That ain't it for Zeke. Zeke needs to be 100 plus every game. He does.
We were talking about this. We were talking about this, dude. We were talking about this. Whenever they're feeding Zeke, when he gets to over 100 yards a game, you guys win. You guys win the game. And you know that ain't it. Like, dude, you guys need to be run the ball 3-4 yards, run the ball 3-4 yards, run the ball yet again 3-4 yards, and then play action. And then, dude, I'm still not paying Dak, dude. You guys have to. I'm not paying him the $40 million. I'm not doing it because it shows you whenever the game's in his hand, guess what? You still lose.
Even throwing up 500 yards, he is beating Josh Allen, the arm, and scary what happened with Josh Allen. I hope he's okay. That's always a scary thing to happen to a quarterback. That's a side note. But he's beating Josh Allen by 300 plus yards.
Yeah, well, because he's behind.
Else, number one. So we understand Dak Prescott can score touchdowns. We understand that he can throw 500 yards a game. That's not the question. Now what we need to do, and I think this actually more doesn't go on Dak Prescott. I think this actually goes on the coaching staff.
Yep.
Years and years and years, we spent Jason Garrett, hug 'em, chug 'em football. We're going to put our hand in the ground. We're going to hit him in the face. We're going to run with DeMarco Murray, Marion the Barbarian. We're going to run with Ezekiel Elliott. We are going to be the run-dominant offense with a post route, fade in the end zone, Terrell Owens, Des Bryant. That was it. That was the Dallas Cowboys offense right there, plain and simple with some gadget receivers for slants. It wasn't anything fancy. Everybody was tired of that. Dallas fans being here, we were tired of seeing the run. It was boring football. We were always losing the game by a field goal, a touchdown. Now everybody is saying exactly what they hated. We need to run the football. Well, last year, y'all didn't want us to run the football. Y'all didn't want Jason Garrett's offense. Y'all wanted us to pass because pass wins all the time. Our coaching staff, for some reason, doesn't understand that we need to rotate between the two. We really need to take a look at what these defenses does. We need balance. Exactly. We don't have balance. We went from 67, 70% run, and we flip-flopped. We took away the number one, top 3 best running back in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he's good out in the field, but he's scoring 100 yards, all-purpose yards. But it's not rushing, and rushing tires out defenses. Sorry, man. I can go on forever, man.
Yeah, real fast. You know who won this week? The fucking Bengals. You know how they won?
Woo! Yeah. The Bengals won?
You know how they won? Joe Mixon ran for 140 some yards and fucking screens on the backfield. Get your running backs involved. Run the fucking ball. You win games. You do.
Running backs are the lead. For everybody says you can always get a running back. I disagree. Mm-hmm. You can get a good running back easy. You can get a good running back. A great running back, a Christian McCaffrey, Ezekiel Elliott, Alvin Kamara, and Joe Mixon. There's a few others, Dalvin Cook. You can't get guys like that. Those guys are possibly generational talents, decade talent.
Special.
That's why we paid Zeke. If you weren't going to use him to run the ball, don't pay him, what, $60 million? 90, 60 guaranteed? Don't pay him.
We paid
Get
Joe.
a secondary.
We paid Joe, man. So I do run the ball. If you paid him, run the ball. That's what you paid him for. If you're not allowing him to do services rendered if you don't run the ball. That's what he's there for. And, dude, Dallas is just so crazy, dude. You know what to do with them. But let's get off, and we've been off for 10 minutes. Let's go.
We can do a whole skin on the Dallas Cowboys game, man. It's crazy.
For sure. Let's go. Let's go Green Bay Falcons, bro.
Aaron Rodgers.
Wait, real fast. Do you want to go good side of the game, or do you want to go dumpster fire? Real fast. Do you want to start good or bad? Or the other?
Let's go dumpster fire. I like it.
Fire. All right, dude.
Should be fired. Get him out. It's done. It's done. Like,
bro, I feel so bad, dude. I really do. I feel so bad for that team. That they quit. They've officially quit, dude. They have no more fight left. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to keep going. They need to get Julio off the books. Sorry, dude. They need to get him off. He's not going to retire a Falcon.
He's hurt. He's been hurt for 3 weeks.
Yeah. When's the last time he scored a touchdown? Bro, right?
Yeah.
Dude, how long do you keep paying this guy?
Last year, I think.
How long do you keep paying him $20 million a year on your books to not score touchdowns? Dude, trust me, I'm in the same predicament right now with the Bengals and AJ Green. It's breaking my heart, dude. Like,
we
I want to win Super Bowls.
We forget one thing, and I'll use Des Bryant as an example. I'll go back to Des Bryant. Top 3 wide receiver in his prime before he got paid. He gets paid. He gets injured. He degraded so quickly. And yeah, maybe if he never got injured, he might have stuck around for a few more years. But some players, man, bodies, just genetics. You're going to degrade faster than other players. You're not a Frank Gore. You could be a Todd.
He's a cyborg. He's a cyborg, dude.
And that's just the game we both played. That's the game that we love. It can happen. And so I think that's what's happening to Julio Jones. It's obviously happened to AJ Green. And I'm with you, man. AJ Green was an awesome player. Awesome player. He's a good leader. He's not there,
AJ
man.
Green is the first.
Julio.
I think no. Geno Atkins is the first Bengals jersey I bought. AJ's was his color rush is the second one, but dude, I love AJ Green, but like, dude, after seeing what against the Jags, the lowly Jags, against a cornerback that's a number 3 on any team in the league, he couldn't separate from him, dude. Like, Joe threw a perfect seam route or post, threw a perfect post, dude, and AJ couldn't catch up to it. He couldn't do it, dude, and it was just kind of like, bro. Man, I don't know if he can do it on any other team. Honestly, I really don't. I don't know unless he gets super schemed open, dude. I think he has like 13 receptions on like 30-something targets, like high 30-yard targets, dude.
Gosh,
he hasn't broken 200 yards, dude. I think he's like hasn't broken 150 yards in 4 games. And you have Tyler Boyd over here fucking catching everything coming his way, taking huge hits, accelerating, running routes. T. Higgins, too. I'm sorry. We're talking Falcons.
Hey, I get it. I want to go back to the Cowboys.
Tangent. Sorry. Falcons.
Matt Ryan and Falcons, y'all are not going to win if you don't get your best receivers open. I don't know who Zach Chias is. I've never heard of him, but that might have actually was that. I'm not even sure what he plays. But if you're not getting Whitley, zero receptions, 0 yards. So I don't know what you were doing with Ridley. Whatever you did in the first half, it didn't work. And then you come back in the second half and you can't get your one wide receiver that is putting up positive yards, scoring touchdowns for you. You can't get him open. And then Todd Gurley, 2 touchdowns, 57 yards. So congratulations. The Packers went 3 and out, kicked a good field position for you, and you were able to kind of slowly roll up to the end zone and let Todd Gurley in. Yeah. Matt Ryan, as big of an arm as he has, nothing.
He doesn't have that big an arm, dude. I think he has the same arm as Joe Burrow. Like it's good enough to get the ball there, but like he's no Josh Allen. He's not Pat Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers. The ball doesn't just fly off the arm. But dude, they're a dumpster fire, bro. Like and to be honest, Todd Gurley doesn't get into the end zone without the lineman pulling him through. Lindstrom. Yeah. By the way, a coworker of mine knows him personally. Lindstrom. Yeah. But let's go to the Packers, dude. Aaron Rodgers. Wow.
Clinic.
He's tearing it up, dude. He is tearing it up.
It's like what we mentioned at the beginning of the week, man. First time we had a conversation about Aaron Rodgers a few weeks back. He's mad. You got his replacement. You said he was aging. He was faded. And then he did that by himself. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, counting the touchdowns.
Did you see the Pat McAfee interview he did after? He's like, what I say, like, I have down years, all that stuff. I mean, to be honest, a down year for me is a good year for any other quarterback. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Aaron. Hot fire. Hot fire. I mean, he's not wrong at all. He's Aaron Rodgers. He's still pretty good.
And that was without – and think about this. That was no Devontae Adams. What's his name? No Lazard. You're number 2.
Yeah. He threw – was it the tight end? Was it Tanyan? Was he a tight end? By the way, did you see him? Did you see him like fall down, do a somersault, and get back up and catch a touchdown? That was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. It was wow, dude. But dude, I don't know what more we can say about the Green Bay Packers. They're good. They're gonna make a deep run in the playoffs, and they have like no pretty much competition within their own division. So yeah, Packers are gonna be in the playoffs. So you heard it here first in the Roar.
Hey, Packers, Seahawks. Dial them up. Packers, Seahawks. Depending on how the playoffs work, if they don't play in the same side, that's what I think everybody wants to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be a great game. But the thing about it, the Seahawks aren't playing defense. They're getting torched, bro. They're getting destroyed on the defensive side. Dude. They're allowing like 400 passing yards a game. Wow. But I think that's because they're playing a lot of prevent. But still, like that's a lot of yards we're putting up. So let's get off Falcons Packers. Let's go to Panthers Arizona Cardinals. Wow. Talk about a drop off in the past 2 weeks, dude. Losing to the Panthers with no Christian McCaffrey and losing to the Lions, dude, who just got torched by New Orleans after being up by like 3 touchdowns or something like that. 2 touchdowns. Wow. Dude, the thing is, like we talked about it, we won. Like we're talking about how like dark horse candidate MVP was going to be Kyler Murray. And it looks like the game's catching up to him, and it's fast, dude.
Yep.
Like, not saying he's like a bad quarterback. I'm just saying, like, it looks like his sophomore slump is starting, I guess. So, like, how do you feel about that, the Arizona stuff?
I mean, it's you're I think you're right. I think really what we're looking at is kind of a Chip Kelly effect.
Yeah.
How it was with the Eagles. They started off so fast, so strong. And then teams started to kind of get used to their pace. They knew what to expect. And now that they're able to adjust, they've got some film. They know what Kyler Murray's going to do. They know how quick he is. We'll see. Cliff Kingsbury is in his, I believe, his second year. And so we'll see how good of a coach he really is, because now the defenses have caught up. The defenses are only going to get better. The further along they go, they're going to get more used to it. The game's going to get a little bit better. You need to look to your veteran Fitzgerald. You need to get your speed man open, Christian Kirk, DeAndre Hopkins. Like we said, top 5 receiver, probably a top 3, maybe even number 1 if he has Deshaun Watson throwing to him.
I don't know who the hell's better than DeAndre right now, honestly, man. OBJ is making his case.
Michael Thomas, but he's out 6. What?
Yeah. I would say Michael Thomas too. He's out there too. I think the next generation of receivers is here, dude. Like I really like top 3. Sammy's got a few more years until he's like in his Sammy Watkins, DeAndre. It was the dreads, dude. It was the dreads that was making me think of him.
Sammy Watkins, Chiefs.
I mean, yeah, dude, he's a really good number 3, really high paid number 3. But yeah, dude, DeAndre is probably he's probably the best wide receiver in the league. Let's talk Panthers, bro. Matt Rule is going to be a great coach. Like once he gets that real quarterback, because Teddy Bridgewater's he's doing fine. He's winning. He won some games. They're 2-2, I think. And then they're winning without Christian McCaffrey, dude, which is crazy. That pickup, I got Davis for the running back. He's got me like 27 points 2 weeks in a row. So, yeah.
He's doing his thing, man. Because, he's catching out of the backfield. He's being a real good utility back, man, doing everything you need him to do.
Yep. And they're looking good. Panthers are on a roll right now. They're looking pretty good. Matt Rule, believe in him as head coach for sure. Really glad to manage the was it Tapper? Tapper's the owner now. Like they've really invested in the change in the organization of the Panthers. I'm liking where they're going. And I don't think they're gonna get sunshine now, which kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
But Teddy Bridgewater, like you said, you can win a lot of football games with Teddy Bridgewater. You can win, especially if you get Christian McCaffrey back. Teddy Bridgewater, he was going on an MVP year before he got injured years ago. He was on a very MVP status.
The Vikings?
On the Vikings, yeah. He was looking really, really good. A lot of people were saying he was going to get better and better, and then he got injured.
Crazy injury, dude. Crazy injury.
So we got to look at a quarterback that was getting ready to take that next step, and now he's picking up where he left off. Don't discount Teddy Bridgewater. I think he's going to be a very good quarterback. Yep.
So I'm very hesitant on building upon Teddy Bridgewater when I know like the quarterbacks are coming through in the draft that are insane. Like you got Trey Lance that's going to come through and he's looking good, man. You have like
Lawrence, man.
Yeah, Phil Lawrence, Trey Lance right now. I think people are talking about Sam Ehlinger out of Texas. I don't believe in him.
Better Tim Tebow.
Yeah, I think how's his accuracy? I heard it's getting better, but like I think that he's a second rounder. better than Tim. Hey, Tim Tebow got to a playoff game, so Tim Tebow
is statistically the greatest 2-minute fourth quarter player in the history of football.
Hey man, God's on his side, So who else? Who else do we have? Lions Saints, dude. So what the hell? The Lions, dude. The Lions.
Matt Patricia is not a head football coach, man.
He's out, dude. He's out. They hate him. Dude, the players hate him. They don't like him, dude. What was it? Darius Slay from the Eagles right now is like, dude, I had to get the hell out of there. I hated playing for him. He's like, dude, when Coach Caldwell was there, we loved it. We loved the environment, and we were a winning organization. When they fired Caldwell and they went to him, dude, so Patricia this week, dude, he said when I got here, we needed a lot of work. I'm like, no, you didn't. You were fringe playoff team, dude. Like, we needed help whenever fucking the Bengals got rid of Marvin Lewis. Like, no. Like, it's you. It's not the team. The players are still good. Matt Stafford's still a decent quarterback. You guys have good wide receivers. You have like 2 second-round running backs and Adrian freaking Peterson, dude. Your defense is good. It's got some talent. It's got some Jeffrey Okudah's gonna be good. Rashad Davis, I think, out of Florida. I forgot exactly his name, but you have Trey. He was a prior Patriot. I don't know. As a right end, yeah, you guys have good players. So this isn't a player issue. It's a coaching issue. What's your take on it, dude?
I mean, again, it's the Detroit Lions are just it's a frustrating team to watch. I really like a lot of their players. I don't dislike any of their players. Losing Slay was just a bad loss right there. It's surprising. I didn't read that up that Slay wanted out of Detroit. Matthew Stafford wasted his better years on the Detroit Lions, and like you said, I personally don't think he's a decent quarterback. I think he's an above-average quarterback. I think he was a great quarterback where he wasted time.
His potential was great quarterback, but the Lions have beat him down, dude. He looks like a shell of what he could have been, and he's still really talented. Can still sling the ball. It's just, I think, years of abuse. Not just a bad frame of mind, just not winning, I guess, dude, because it's just that I really hope the Bengals don't do that to Joe Burrow. God.
Man, I really don't. You can really build a good program, not a program, a football team, a dynasty, even with talent Joe Burrow has. We've seen it. We have seen it. The way he makes those throws, the way he reads the defense. Joe Burrow is great. Honestly, if you do it right, you're looking at Joe Burrow to be what Matt Stafford could have been without the arm. Because Matt Stafford got a cannon. That, no doubt. And he'll throw it 60 yards and he'll make it a bullet.
Yeah.
That's what
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy what he can do. It's insane. Yeah. But the Lions, dude, they need to – it's sad. They have to rehaul. And it's just –
sucks.
It's only been 3 years, dude. I mean, but that tells you, dude, like if you're that bad for 3 years in a row, that ain't the players.
No.
Every player in the National Football League is talented.
They really are.
You know the difference. You know what the difference is? Coaching.
Yep.
Coaching is what matters in NFL. It's not the players. The players go out and do their jobs. Everyone's talented. Everyone's good. Everyone's fast. Everyone's big. Everyone's smart. Knows what a playbook is. What's different is schemes and coaching. And dude, NFL is chess. Who is the best chess player that wins? Bill Belichick's a great chess player. Is there any
player now?
Any other NFC team? Oh, Eagles 49ers.
Eagles 49ers, man. That is the one. That is the I can't even believe the 49ers lost.
And the Eagles are top of your division at 1-2-1. Jesus. Wow. Oh my God, dude. And it's not even that they tried to win. They did everything in their power to lose. It's just Nick Mullins is like, you know what? I'm not a starting quarterback.
No, let me show you.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like that was a terrible game to watch. George Kittle, monster. But it just shows you he's their only like threat really whenever he on the offense. Besides Brandon Ayuk and that freaking hurdle was crazy, right?
Exactly. Like that was insane. The hurdle and then rolling in for the touchdown. That was great. Like I was like, wow. And I think what you now see is that a lot of haters on Jimmy Garoppolo. I think it shows how much you're actually missing him. I'm not saying he's going to elevate the team, but he can definitely elevate them to spank the Eagles.
Oh, for sure. So I actually talked about this with one of the live football talk guests, Jimmy Garoppolo, and I pretty much I think that he's out after this year. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to go to the 49ers in the offseason. Don't see him staying in Green Bay. But yeah, Niners, dude, they are decimated. They are bad decimated. But you know what? If they can, they're so good. Even if they pick in the middle of the draft, which I think they will, I think they'll pick between like 13 to 20-ish. They're such a well-oiled machine, and the players are so good. Even if you get like a higher draft pick like that, dude, that just makes them more dangerous.
And the coaching there at the 49ers is amazing.
Amazing.
And honestly, bringing up coaching again, you really want to know how the Eagles won? Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson can make garbage decent enough to win.
Chess player,
chess player.
The chess player.
I would, again, I said this earlier, if I could get Doug Peterson on the Dallas Cowboys, he would win a lot of Super Bowls with our talent.
Oh, for sure, dude, for sure. Like I like Doug Peterson as a coach. I don't like the Eagles. I don't like the Eagles at all. I hate Pennsylvania teams, so I'm biased. Sue me.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah, I don't like Pennsylvania teams. Sue me. Sorry, everyone knows I'm biased.
I guess Carson Wentz put the team on his back and scored 2 touchdowns.
I don't know, man. I don't even know if I think that he was just kind of like, well, okay, I guess I'll win. Yep. I guess I'll go ahead and get this touchdown real fast. The defense is what won that game, dude. The Eagles' defense is what won in that game.
And it's not even a great defense.
It's decent. They still got Brandon Graham. They got Fletcher Cox. They got Barnett. They're Darius Slay. He's a really good cornerback. They got decent pieces on the defense. It's it is what it is. Wasn't a great game to watch, and two teams that need to figure out a quarterback situation. I think Carson Wentz is still the guy, but they need to get him weapons. They need to get him protection. They just need to help him out. And slow the game out for him. Slow the game down for him, because whenever he was that MVP type year, Carson, he had weapons. He had really, really good weapons. LeGarrette Blount. He had Alshon Jeffrey. They just got him, and he was still healthy. So it's and that tight end Trey Burton, still pretty good. They had Zach Ertz.
Who was playing MVP. Yeah, he was. Zach Ertz was playing outstanding football. And then their defense was insane. It was better than it was, way better than it was now. But you can just see what 2 years can do.
Yep.
To a football team, if not properly managed injuries.
Yeah, I think Jalen Mills was still playing cornerback too. So I guess he played his way out of that position, but safety now. They can make a comeback. I don't hate the Eagles roster. I love the 49ers roster. So they can always make a comeback. We don't know what they really are, and the Eagles are ahead of they're at the top of the NFC East. So wow. There's that. So how does it feel that the Eagles are the top of the NFC East and my Bengals are at the bottom of the AFC North with the same record? That's amazing.
It is the NFC East. It is so shocking because we've discussed this before. The NFC East used to be this just conference. Yeah, they would beat each other, but when other teams coming in was like, yeah, we're undefeated, we're the unstoppable Saints, they would get beat. We're the unstoppable Patriots, the unstoppable Colts. Any good team would go in there, they'd get beat. They hated coming against the NFC. I don't know what happened. It's just like such a regression that we went to one of the most dangerous conferences Because I mean, you had
so the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles were really good in the middle part of the 2010s, like between when they got Dak, and Dak was 2016, right?
2016.
2016 through 20, I would say 18, dude. You guys were fucking killing it. Both those teams were. The Eagles and the Cowboys were really good, and they're competitive games. The Giants fell off super hard, but the Giants went to the playoffs in 2016 too, I think. Yeah, they went to the playoffs. Yep. So who knows? The Redskins went to the playoffs in 15, I think. So
yeah. With Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
With Kirk Cousins, dude. It's just what happened.
I'm baffled. Like I said, the NFC East, they were beasts. And then it's just like all of a sudden injuries, coaching changes, ownership changes, and they were just like, we don't know how to beat Alabama.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's amazing, dude. It is amazing, bro.
But I think they made really, really bad picks. Basically, what the most upsetting thing about being in the NFC East is that this is wide open for the Dallas Cowboys, and they can't put it together.
Exactly. You guys are only half a game behind. Imagine.
We're only half a game behind. And unfortunately, and tell Nabori I'm sorry, but we should crush the Giants.
Don't feel sorry. She knows.
Yeah, we should crush the Giants. And if we lose,
bro, at this point, Nabori is just a Georgia fan. She's just a Bulldogs fan. She's kind of like, I'm just gonna go ahead and watch my Bulldogs beat the hell out of everyone. So I'm gonna deal with that. So I think the last team we're gonna cover, dude, is the Washington football team. Are they a dumpster fire? I don't know what to do with them, dude. Dwayne Haskins he's not it.
No. Again, Dwayne Haskins isn't it. I still think we give him a little bit more time. He's technically playing his first year right now. This is his rookie season with the way John Gruden handled him. Jay
Gruden.
Man, they've got no
wide receivers, dude.
No wide receivers.
He's got Terry, and that's it. You guys got Scary Terry.
They've got no running game. Their defense, just as great as it is, and it can be a great defense, they're not like the Dallas Cowboys. They're not playing complementary football.
I don't think the offense is playing complementary football, dude. I don't think the offense is doing great. I don't think it's helping the defense out, dude. I mean, dude. Exactly. Yeah. But that's what a running game does. It keeps the team on the field, lets the defense rest, guys. So they're run the ball. Run the ball, dude.
That's it. Just
fucking easy, dude. It's just
I don't think any football team with Ron Rivera as a coach is a dumpster fire.
No, I don't either. I love Ron Rivera as a coach, dude. Love him.
And I know you wanted to go with Matt Rule for the Panthers. I was kind of hesitant, but I think it was a little early for them to get rid of Ron Rivera, and I actually would have liked the Dallas Cowboys to go get Ron Rivera. Honestly,
I did too. I like that too. I like that. I
like that.
I think Rivera sets a fucking really, really good culture when it comes to setting up his teams. I do think in Carolina they changed the owners, they changed everything. I think just a new, fresh taste in the mouths of everyone there, including Rivera, because you can get sick of your job. Like right now, like I'm like, okay, well, my job is okay, but I could do something different. Okay, I can go do something different, Yeah.
And speaking of Rivera, like, what do you think his complications with what he's going through right now? I won't really mention it, but we all know around the sports world what he's dealing with right now.
The fact that he's still coaching and still battling that, dude, is amazing. And it's inspiring, dude. He's a class act and a strong guy, strong moral character. And all the props to him. I hope he gets better. I hope he can fight this thing out. And I want to see a lot of years of football with him coaching in it because he makes the league a better place, honestly.
I agree. So where I think this goes is the ownership is a dumpster fire right now.
For
Dan Snyder.
Yeah. Don't
Everything
like it. Never liked Dan Snyder.
It's everything that's coming out, all the allegations. It's coming from the top to the bottom. As much as we love Ron Rivera and as strong-willed as he is and as good as an organization and a culture he puts out, if your owner is there, man, maybe, man, I don't know. I think that's where you really can point as the main concern.
I think that's what pissed me off about this offseason when I had to hear so much shit talk about my Bengals. I'm like, you're not saying anything whenever the fucking Washington Redskins at the time, whenever they're picking in the top 2 or they're picking the top 1. But all of a sudden, when the Bengals have the number 1 pick, you're like, no, they shouldn't go there. They have terrible ownership. I'm like, really? Really? Like, you're going to blame my ownership? I mean, granted, not world class. I'm not saying they're really good, but they're not the Redskins level of mismanagement. You know, there's a lot.
Sorry, Giants right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of other bad ownerships, man. There's a lot of other bad general managers. At least with us, we draft decent. We draft pretty well. Maybe not in the first round, but second round through like 4th, we can build a team. We'll be all right.
And you got to think about it. How can you really insult the Bengals when they were with Andy Dalton, with the great Ginger? They were playoffs. They may not have won 5. Yeah, right? 5 times?
5 years in a row.
5 years in a row. I would kill to have that for the Dallas Cowboys. 5 years in a row.
Granted, they didn't win, but
they got to the playoffs.
They got the playoffs. They were good enough to compete. And
exactly.
To be honest, that's all you can ask for. I mean, I want to win, but at least we're competing. That's the least. That's the least you can ask for is to just be competitive. And if you can't be competitive, no, you can't be competitive, and just use those rules to your advantage. Like that's my GM mindset, dude. Is if I know that my team cannot compete with what I got, guess what I'm doing? I'm tanking. I'm going the fuck down, dude. Because if you can't compete, I need people who can. Sorry.
Listen well. Jerry Jones, owner, GM, because that's what you need to do.
Yeah, dude.
I know you love Jerry Jones, Arkansas.
I'll criticize him, dude. I love him, but I'll criticize him.
I like him too. Greatest owner. Terrible GM. He's just not great. Redskins.
Real fast. I do think Steven is a decent GM. I think Steven's a good. I think he's a good person to take over. But yeah, back to the football team.
Yep. We keep bringing up dumpster fires. Here's the thing about dumpster fires: whether they start from the bottom, the top, or the middle, and regardless of how good you are in the middle, bottom, or top, it's all gonna burn. You can't have a dumpster fire. If it's from the top, and you have one little fire, it's going to burn. Regardless of how good that middle is, Ron Rivera, it's going to burn. It's going to make them look bad.
Are we missing any of the NFC teams, dude?
Let's take a look.
Tampa Bay, and Seahawks, right? Tampa Bay, not much you can say. They're good. They're really good. Good defense. Tom Brady's looking good. Wide receivers are looking great. He's making the team. Bruce Arians is one hell of a coach. I love him. But let's talk Seahawks.
Tom Brady probably got the best wide receiver since Randy Moss.
Yep. Mike Evans ain't no joke, man. And Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin's he's a number 1 on any other team.
Yep.
He is. He's a number 1. Chris Godwin's a number 1 on any other team. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have 2 number 1 wide receivers. It's amazing.
It is. Tampa Bay is going to be pretty deadly. And the more and more they put together, Bruce Arians, good football coach.
Yep, he is.
Yep.
I love Bruce Arians as a coach. And it showed that he was able to get away from his bombs away style football and do what Tom Brady wants to do. I think he's for the most part letting Tom run his own offense. Yeah, but Tampa Bay, they're really good. Let's talk Seahawks, Miami, dude. Not Miami, just Seahawks. We're in NFC. Seahawks are dangerous. We called it earlier in the show with the Packers. You think that they're going to go to the NFC Championship game, right?
Yep.
I think
it's all about getting healthy on that defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it is.
Is there anyone in the NFC that's really challenging that? I don't think so, dude. Like for those top two teams, as far as I can tell, like they're all pretty like subpar past that, dude.
Yeah,
like
it's pretty shocking.
Yeah, past the Packers and Seahawks, man. I think that's pretty much like I think you're right. The number one, number two teams right there. Seahawks are killing it. Russ is cooking. Like I said, the only thing that's gonna really deter me from picking them to go to the Super Bowl is that defense. They're letting a lot of pass yards be put on them.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's crazy. I think with Jamal Adams coming back, that's going to change a lot of things. I think at one point they said they had 25 people on the injury on their injury list. If that's 25 of your rotational players, your starting players, you're going to struggle. And if that's mainly on defense, you're just seeing why they're playing mainly prevent.
Yeah,
because they're going to be like, Russell Wilson, you got to win us those football games. Metcalf, Lockett, y'all got to win. That prevent is to protect you.
It's from the over the top easy score. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, dude, Seahawks. What more can you say about them? They're really good.
Great.
They're making Chris Carson look like a top back and like a top back in the league, and we all kind of know that it's not really the case. It's more or less like they're fucking terrified of Russell Wilson and those receivers, and it's opening up the run game for them. So the Seahawks are literally like they're throwing a pass right now, whereas in the past they were a run to throw, which just doesn't make sense because you have Russell Wilson. But whatever. Jordan, is there anything else you wanted to cover? NFC-wise?
Was the Rams or NFC, right?
Yeah, Rams.
Giants.
Well, what can you say, dude? Like they're also a team that's challenging, I think. They're looking good again.
Well, the thing is with that game, just to bring it up, that is the
Giants. Right.
It's Giants. And the fact that they kept it that close was pretty outstanding. I'm actually surprised. I thought for a brief moment, are the Giants going to win this one?
Yeah. Have the Rams really been tested this year besides like the Giants who are 0-4? Who they play?
They were really kind of tested by the Cowboys offense, and then Jalen Ramsey, that's one thing we got to talk about. Jalen Ramsey flops on Michael Gallup, gets the OPI. Other than that, the Rams really haven't been tested. The only time the Rams were tested is when Golden Tate tried to start something with Jalen Ramsey and
got blown up, right?
Well, that man can tackle, but I'm not sure if he can fight.
Yeah, well, he blew the hell out of
Golden Tate?
It was Golden Tate into the actual ball carrier, right? Wow.
He I don't know who the blocker was. I forget that, man. Yeah. But he blew that guy, and then he gave, if you want to see perfection tackling in the open field, shredding a block, Jalen Ramsey did it all.
That was it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Rams are looking good too. Sean McVay's looking like he's the old Sean McVay of old. So, I last year I think it was a down year for him, but it is what it is. Anything else?
Rams have their offensive line. They couldn't. Rams, don't forget, when they went to the Super Bowl, they had a very dominant offensive line. They just went against the Super Bowl. Yep, that's plain and simple, man.
Yep.
They got their offensive line back. They're going to start winning a lot more football games.
It's crazy to me that the Bengals let go of Andrew Whitworth, their Rams left tackle, like 4 years ago, and he's still blocking at an all-pro level.
Yep.
Today, and I'm just like, he could have retired a Bengal. Oh my god! But all right, dude. Is there anything else NFC wise you wanted to cover?
Man, I think that was it. I think we're just personally with football. I think it's been a little sloppy. I think, especially on the defensive side of the ball, I think it's just going to get better. I think as the weeks progress, I think the defenses are going to get a lot better in their schemes.
Yep.
They're going to go against the quarterbacks. I think the scoring is going to really slow up on the offensive side. So I think we're going to get better football as we keep going.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of a team that's really, really shown their stuff defensively, the Bengals on the games that they've tied and lost, the differential in losing is only 8 points.
That's insane, man. It's like y'all are one playmaker away. One playmaker away.
We could be away. But that's for the AFC show for the Bengals, and I'll cover the Bengals on my own, dude. All this stuff is for the entirety of the NFL. I'll more likely just chop this up. Probably on this broadcast so we can just talk.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching the weekly NFC Roar Report. Roar Report. There we go. Boom. And all right, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Roar. Peace. Bye.